D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? Also, down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, and you can read those and, come up with your own thing, or you can just watch this video where I break them all down and everything for you. And then, yeah. So before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So why don't we go ahead and get started? It looks like Peter Dinklage is throwing a little bit of a hissy fit, okay? So this Emmy Award-winning Game of Thrones star was on a podcast, Mark Maron's podcast, WTF. Mark Maron's a little overrated in my opinion, but that's besides the point. And he blasted the new film for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is a live-action adaptation of the 1937 animated classic. Now, he got on there and he, started talking about, Rachel Ziegler is starring as Snow White, and I've covered all that. I'll leave all that stuff in the iCard section. But Dinklage told Maron, and he said, literally, no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken aback when they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White. But you're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And the biggest problem with that sentence right there is dwarfs. Peter Dinklage is a little person and he doesn't like that. But here's why. He says, take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but then you're still making that fucking backward story about seven dwarfs living in a cave together. First off, we'll get into it. Living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. Dinklage is not involved with the Disney project as of now. Now, I just want to go back a little bit. So he said, you're telling the story of seven dwarves living in a cave together. First off, they don't live in a cave. They live in a house. They work in a cave because they're miners. If you knew anything about dwarves from fantasy, dwarves live in they do live in underground cities, and so like in Lord of the Rings, they live in underground cities, but they mine those cities and they get precious gems and stuff. These dwarves happen to live in a cottage in the woods. If you ever took the time to watch the movie, you've got kids, try watching it once. It's actually pretty fun. And then he goes on to say, what the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? No, you have. Nobody is out here saying don't hire little people because we don't like little people. That's not how it is. Okay. And if you think that, you're insane. People, you just like he got cast in X-Men Days of Future Past as oh gosh, I don't remember his name. In the comic books, that character is not a little person, but he got cast. And yes, it probably was because he was Peter Dinklage. But I just want to, and the little people community is not happy with him because he is now losing them out on work. Now, Disney came out to say this, and they said to avoid reinforcing stereotypes, which I don't know what stereotypes they're reinforcing. What, do a lot of little people work in mines, in the coal mines here in America? That's a thing I've never heard of, but okay, let's do this. From the original animated film, what stereotypes are they reinforcing from that animated movie? What, that they're happy and hard workers? Get the fuck out of here, Peter Dinklage and Disney. Gosh, I hope. Yeah. Anyways, we are taking a different approach with these seven characters and have been consulting the members of the dwarfism community. I don't know why you're taking a different approach. Now, if you're taking a different approach like they did in Snow White and the Huntsman, which I say they hired little people in that movie, and I say fine, don't hire little people, because yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So let me finish what they said, and then I'll go on to talk about this. We look forward to sharing more as the film heads into production after a lengthy development period, a Disney spokesperson said in the statement to the Hollywood Reporter. Now, I just want to go on real quick with my thought beforehand. I just wanted to read the thing. Okay, so there's two things here. One, He wants a job. This is him putting in his resume. He's saying, Disney, hire me. And I hate when these progressive activist actors do this crap. They're all like, oh, you don't have enough of this in this movie. And they just happen to be that. There's not going to be somebody in here that looks like me. Yeah, that means you want the job. So Peter Dinklage is begging for a job. And that's right, beg. And then two, okay, Disney princess movies are popular. And because it's popular and well known and beloved, it must be destroyed. That's all this is about. It's about power and control. That's it. They can't create anything that's interesting, so they will take it and wreck it so that no one will like it anymore, while also wanting to be a part of the thing that's being liked. That may not always be the conscious intent, but the intention is always there. And I know it sounds contradictory, but that's how these people work. I mean, they think about how you see them doing all these self-insert characters. It's not enough for them to add themselves into the story and make those characters the bestest ever. It's also, you're supposed to like these characters. I mean, they're like, look how much they flip out when these characters don't go over well. I mean, why would you care if no one liked the character of it if it weren't just about representation? Because it's not. It's about power and control. They want to be the beloved dictator, and they swear they'll be beloved. They swear it, and they're not. Peter Dinklage is just throwing a huge hissy fit because he didn't get hired, and that's what he's doing right now. He's playing, the long game to get hired. And for me personally, it's just whining. And you know what I say? Don't hire him. Don't hire any little people. Hire, like they did in Snow White and the Huntsman, hire regular sized people. And then when anybody complains about it, be like, listen, Peter Dinklage doesn't want us to tell that story. And they talked about how these creatures were going to be magical and everything. And I go, get out of here. Dwarves are already magical. If you knew anything about fantasy, you assholes, you would know that dwarves are already magical. The fact that they dig it underground, I mean, you look at them as coal miners, but they're not. They're magical creatures. And you're so stupid. Peter Dinklage is a big idiot. He's a big moron. He knows nothing, Jon Snow. So I say don't hire little people. I say hire regular sized people and just do a forced perspective, or do like they did in Snow White and the Huntsman, where they weren't in the shots with the other regular sized people. And if anybody's bitches about it, be like, listen, you bitched here and then we didn't do it and you bitched anyway. So you can't please these people. And it's getting to the point where it's so goddamn ridiculous. Like, I've had enough. And I just go, you know what, Peter Dinklage, fine, get up on your soapbox. I'm not listening and I don't care. Tell me, guys, what do you guys think about all of this nonsense? How do you feel about Peter Dinklage throwing a big hissy fit about not being in the new Snow White movie, even though they haven't started casting this Seven Dwarfs? And do you think that he is acting like a child, or do you think he's right? I don't see how he could be right. Like, nothing was announced for it yet. Just, that they had cast Gal Gadot and Rachel Ziegler. So I don't know. I think, like I've already stated my opinion. I think he's being a child. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys all. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.